So for once, we're able to do this in a very short amount of time. I feel like we put up a podcast on Thursday. Now we're back recording this on a Monday evening. I'm RJ Young. That's Brandon Drumm. We're going to talk a little recruiting. We're going to talk a little beat writers meeting with Lincoln and talking about Caleb Kelly, Jalen Hurts, Jalen Redmond. But, yo, Brandon, you want to start with the eyes or what do you want to do, dog?
We can start with whatever you want to start with. Obviously, it's been a busy week, couple of weeks, with 3 eyes dropped in the past week and a half, 10 days. So there's a lot going on with recruiting. The latest eyes, they're big in regards to the University of Oklahoma and just what it means for OU, I guess. It's going to be a big deal when this person announces. This person is a guy that is highly ranked and will continue to be highly ranked. So it's a big deal. I don't really want to go too much into that other than say it's an offensive guy, 2020, like I said on the board. But I continually say on the board, everybody's going to be happy about this one, and I think it's one that it blew me away that it happened. I mean, just because of the sheer timing of it all. Like, I did not expect a decision made at this point in time. So it's crazy. It came out of left field in that aspect.
Well, I mean, I think everybody's going to be in for some good news, man. I mean, among other things. And it's as good as things are going for the state of Oklahoma, really. We're talking about OU softball, Oklahoma State softball, OU men's golf won a national title. Well, I say Matt Wolf won a national title tonight. Earned the Cowboys' #1 seed going into match play for the team title. So, I mean, that's cool. But you also you got nonsense going on in Texas. And I think we're all fans of nonsense going on in Texas. So for those of you that live under that particular rock, 5-star wide receiver in the 2019 class, Bru McCoy, apparently wants to leave University of Texas, go back to USC. Now, backstory on that is the dude went to the All-American game. He pulled USC out, committed, signed to USC, enrolled, attended one class, decided I want out. We all thought, Cliff Kingsbury, hardship waiver, what have you. He ends up at Texas. And what's really going to chap most people's behinds is that his 5-star ranking and rating went into Texas's 2019 ranking for the class, so they leapfrogged a bunch of people, including Oklahoma. And I think the way that this is structured, if he ends up at USC, and it sounds like he will, after a semester of being in Austin, they're not going to change the rankings because he would be a transfer. He would not be an enrollee.
Yeah, that's exactly how it'll be, and it kind of sucks for OU as far as if you're really big into those recruiting rankings and you want to see that kind of stuff, you want to see your recruitnik and you want to see OU be, ahead of Texas, and when the recruiting rankings comes out, that hurts because ultimately he is really not a part of that, that class. I mean, you can't spend 3 months on campus and go, you know what, I'm a part of a class. You're not, man. Like, you're going to be a part of another program's class because you're going to spend way more time with those guys than you are with the guys you previously were with. And the funny part is that, like you said, he was at USC, decided he didn't like it, going to Texas, now he's going back. And, I mean, here's how crazy this thing has gotten with him. I got a call today and was like, man, look, this is what I heard, and this is from a person that would actually be a good source. He's a good source all the time, but I think this one, I don't know if he was being tongue-in-cheek, but it was kind of serious talk. He's like, yeah, I heard he's like, you can't leave. Screwy stuff, man. But I don't think that's the case because I also talked to some other people that said that, look, that know him, and he's been unhappy for the last, I guess, 2 months there. He was cool with it the first month, but I guess the last 2 months, just really unhappy there. And I don't know if it has to do with playing time. I don't know what it is, but he was ready to leave, and I think him coming back during the summer break for the couple of weeks that they're going to be back in California, or everybody's going to be back until June 2nd when basically every college football program reports back to for their summer workouts and their summer classes. He decided to use that as a chance to not have to deal with it face to face and announce his transfer thousands of miles away from Tom Herman.
Well, and I think
it's kind of humorous.
No, it's extremely humorous.
It is.
But it's also, look, this is a time that is traditionally used for coaches to go on vacation. Like you end the evaluation period and you get maybe a couple of weeks before you start doing camps, and you
Herman's
go spend
flying up there.
Huh?
So Herman's flying up there here in the next day or so.
He better. I mean, that's a 5-star guy, and also just the look that this would have for the University of Texas football. I cannot understand. I mean, this is not just the OU bent in this. This is period. This is a bad look. This is a horrible look for a dude to spend one semester in Austin. And okay, yeah, maybe it's that you can't push through the waiver request, which would be its own kind of egg because Tate Martell got his waiver, Justin Fields got his waiver. You know, I mean, we can keep going. Feels
he
like
already got a waiver basically when he showed up and left. They let it go.
Right. So I mean,
are they going to do it twice?
No. And that's kind of the other part, right? He would rather sit out a year and be at USC than play at Texas?
Yeah, with his boy Bryce Young. So he'll be a freshman with Bryce. So that makes sense, kind of.
Right? Yeah, he'd be a redshirt freshman. Bryce would be a true freshman.
Yep.
But
so in a way,
JT Daniels would still be the starting quarterback for my money.
For 1 more year, 2 more years. I don't know if he's even going to be. I think he's a 4-year guy. I don't see him
Which is strange because he reclassified to get to USC, man.
Yeah, but when you're that young, I mean, that's why I think he's a 4-year guy because, in essence, as a senior, he's really a junior when it comes to his age.
Right.
So, I mean, he physically maturing, I think that's probably the better way of doing things. He probably should have redshirted, but they really needed him last year. They're not winning 8 games, 9 games, whatever they won last year.
5.
They don't have. Okay, they're not winning
5 and 7 last year, dog.
Yeah, they're not winning 5 games then without him at quarterback. I mean, that's how desperate they were.
Yeah, but that also, they showed promise. If nothing else, Clancy Pendergrass and that defense, I feel like this turned into a USC podcast. They were able to play with Notre Dame, and I would have said they should have beat that Notre Dame team. And we ended up
they were really well. I thought they were going to.
Right. And you know, and that Notre Dame team didn't just have Ian Book at quarterback or Jerry Tillery at defensive tackle, who, by the way, was a first-round draft pick, but Julian Love out at corner, and they were pretty good. Anyway, point there that I'm making is, as good as things have gone for Oklahoma, it seems like they've gone just as that poorly at Oklahoma State. But that said, you know, can Oklahoma take advantage of these opportunities? Because you got the win in Jalen Hurts, but you also, we know, you have Derek Green, who's going to Vanderbilt. You got Ron Tatum, who's still in the portal. Jalen Robinson, who's still in the portal. Daly, who's still in the portal. Is Tyrese Lott, who's just left the team. Don't even know if that dude's going to play football next year.
No, he's got a kid. He'd love to take care of his kid.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I mean, all of these things come into play. But getting back to Oklahoma and the eyes, I think we got, is it 5 unaccounted for?
I want to add one more thing to that though before we move on.
Okay.
Look, the long-term effects for this is huge for Texas. Because they were really starting to make inroads in California. Just kind of like Oklahoma, where they were just, you know, kind of being able to recruit some guys and get guys on the West Coast, whether it's Arizona, California, those type of states to actually take a look at Texas and say, hey, we kind of want to go there. Back in Mac Brown's early years and John McKay, back then they were able to go to California and really get guys. I mean, Ricky Williams, players like that to come there and star.
No, John McKay was gone.
When Ricky Williams was there, he was there though in '96.
Yeah, but John McKay's son might have been there.
Who was the coach in '96?
Oh man, I don't know.
John something or something. I don't. It starts with an M.
Well, you might be. Sure. I think it was his kid because I'm thinking because if you're thinking about student body left, student body right, I don't.
No, now I'm really interested.
I'm sorry. I'm taking you completely off your point, though. That's my bad.
Yeah, go ahead. Look that up while I'm talking, will you? So we fact check this.
Okay.
But yeah, so they were able to get guys back then, right? So they were kind of trending back to that effect. You lose a guy because they don't like Tom Herman and they don't like the situation at Texas, especially at a school from modern day and a kid that is that high profile like a Bru McCoy. You are almost ruining every chance you have in California. It's going to take some work from Tom Herman and his staff to be able to really right whatever has gone wrong in that situation with not just modern day, but the whole state, just because of who Bru McCoy is and the people that are around him that not only look up to him but that are friends with him. And there's other huge star players that are looking there going, I don't know if I really want to, because they didn't like it there. They didn't get along with Tom Herman. Why would I? So the long-term effects of this could be really detrimental to Texas in recruiting in the long term.